All right, we were speaking about this a little earlier. The violence in Portland over the weekend when groups of protesters clashed. It resulted in the death of one protester. This is the first time this has happened in nearly 100 days of demonstrations in the city. So the governor of Oregon, Kate Brown, is appealing for peace. President Trump continues to take aim at the city's mayor, calling him all sorts of names. And there was a little bit of war of words over the weekend between Twitter and a press conference with the mayor. So now we finally have Elise Haas. You are a reporter for our affiliate station, KOIN, and we have you. I think we actually have you. I thought we were only going to get you on the phone. So I'm really glad that we have you. Listen, Elise, first off, I want you to give us like a little bit of context here. When we watch the news, we only ever really seek a little bit of the highlight reel, for lack of a better phrase, the violence, the clashes. Overall, what have these demonstrations been like?
Overall, they really have escalated, especially in the nighttime hours. So, at first, we really saw some amazing demonstrations in Portland of 15,000 plus people who were marching peacefully. But as that kind of winded down, we have these ongoing late night protests that are really focused on attacking buildings, vandalizing them, setting them on fire, and they're typically government buildings. So think City Hall, the county buildings, and Portland police precincts throughout the city. And they move to different buildings each and every night and are throwing rocks, projectiles, fireworks, and those sorts of things at police officers. So they really have been more violent and very vandalism focus in the last few months and weeks.
And now we see that things got so bad over the weekend that a protester was killed. We are learning that this protester was a part of a group called Patriot Prayer, a far right-wing group. No stranger to Portland. What can you tell us about this group and their history there?
Yeah, so they do have a long history with Portland. And so the thing is, Patriot Prayer, like you mentioned, is a right-wing group. And they typically come either down from Vancouver or up from Clackamas, from other parts in the nearby metro area, and come down into downtown Portland. They're well known in the area, and they oftentimes are clashing with either if it's anti-fascist groups or just anti- or left-wing protesters. So they're often met with dueling protests, and they get heated. And we've seen all sorts of different clashes between, Patriot Prayer and the left-wing groups that are in Portland. Oftentimes, very verbal fights, sometimes physical fights. But this is the very first time that it has escalated to the point where somebody has died.
Mm-hmm. And we know that Governor Brown is ordering state troops to the area. Clearly something needs to be done to sort of bring the temperature down. Is there a concern that the presence of state troops will not do that, will escalate things?
The thing is, the state troopers have come in before, and they've helped with, guarding some of the buildings, especially the federal building, which was a highlight in national news.